Now you understand that as young people called at this time, you can choose to be different and say, what is it that is true of Ugandans? How can I be different and I'm not like them? And I tell you that when you understand the things that characterize your nation, especially the bad things, and you know that at every moment I will be different. I choose to be different. So you know, maybe other people, maybe Ugandans are liars. So you say, you know what? I'm going to tell the truth. So they are lazy gluttons. You say, you know what? I'm going to earn everything that I eat. I'm not going to be a lazy glutton. Or let me give you an example of something that is true. Ugandans are known to start things and not finish them. I know that to be a fact. There are so many people, and I tell people that you always will be judged not by how you start, but how you finish. So there are so many people who have powerful works, powerful songs, powerful books, powerful things that are halfway and lying idle on their laptops. Because it is a cultural thing, that thing of starting and not finishing. Now, you have to understand that nations are like people. They have characters. I don't know how it pans out, but they are different. You go and see the character of Kenya, and it's different. They have different problems from ours. Okay? Now, and you see this is even in every area of their lives or in their endeavors. But you don't have to accept that character, as the Apostle Paul says. So he says, rebuke them sharply, that they may be different. Because one of their own says they are lazy beasts, they are liars and gluttons. Now rebuke them sharply. If somebody among you, especially at your age, not at mine is a bit too advanced, but at this university age, decided that I'm going to be different, it will not take you 5 years before you're on top. You say everybody else is going to be like this. I am not. I'm going to be different. I'm going to pursue a different path. You will find your way to the top as surely as an inflated ball finds its way to the top of water. I will tell you that. People are not led by somebody who is like them. People are led by somebody who is different. You understand? Once you have become like them, then you have nothing to offer. Now, you choose before time and say, I am going to be different. I'm going to give you an example. Go to Daniel chapter 1. And we'll look at somebody who is doing the things I'm telling you to do. Verse 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord, now here are things which Daniel had no control over. He's in Judah, the kingdom. He's actually younger than most of you. He was about 16 years old. It's not mentioned in the Bible, but it's told from, the annals of history. 16 years old when they come and conquer his country. So he goes into Babylon, which is a foreign empire, as a teenager. Okay? With some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. And he brought the articles into the treasure house. Then the king instructed Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the nobles. And the king appointed for them daily provisions of the king's delicacies. Now here is how they change your tastes. Here is a man who has grown up in Judah, a 16-year-old. He knows how to eat kalo and what and all that. Now you take him and you're giving him, of course those are examples. They don't eat kalo in what? In Judah. And you take him and you give him the same food which the king eats. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested, this story, he requested that he does not do it. Now I want to ask you a question. Why did Daniel, what's wrong with him eating good food? The food which the most powerful man in the world, perhaps the most powerful man that ever lived, is eating. But you say, I don't want it. I want to make vegetables. For you to be somebody who is sober-minded and in control, the first thing you have to do and learn from Daniel is to put a knife to your appetite. Don't acquire tastes that you cannot sustain. Okay? Every time somebody brings you into a place where you acquire tastes which you cannot sustain, they have put you in a very dangerous place of dependence on them. And Daniel had the wisdom to say, no, I don't want expensive food. Now, it's not that Daniel didn't eat meat or drink wine at all. Because later on in Daniel chapter 9, he tells us that he was fasting and he stayed away from meat and wine. Now, that is one of the things that makes people do things they would otherwise not do. Because they cannot survive at a place they have been artificially put. Now, Daniel waited until he was there. Then he says, now I can eat meat because I can afford it. The key message I came here to give you today is this. Learn how to tame your appetite. Because every bondage is a subject of an appetite. If Ugandans are lazy brutes, what do they say? Liars, lazy gluttons, and what? Like the people of Crete. I am going to be different.